Great to have both of you here. I just want to play this from Bill Maher because he gave sort of a heads up prior to the big night on Sunday, saying that he believed that this is what should not happen. Watch Bill Maher, and then we'll get your thoughts on it.
It's having the opposite effect of what you want. Every big name in show business came out for Kamala Harris, from Oprah to Clooney to Beyonce, and she lost every swing state. Celebrities don't strike people as relatable or in touch, and what their activism mostly activates is eye rolls. I know it's very important to you that you feel that you're making a difference, so let me assure you, you are. You're making independents vote Republican.
All right, Jack Brewer, let me start with you. Your reaction to the way that these musicians and singers used their big platform last night.
Unfortunately, this is the exact reason that we have a morality crisis in the United States of America, because our kids are growing up listening to people like this with these leftist mentalities that are using foul language on television, with millions of kids watching the TV screen. We have a fatherlessness crisis, so we're speaking in to 18.4 million fatherless kids, showing them this type of example. That's why we have a morality crisis in this country. They never mention that the two people killed in Minnesota literally came to attack law enforcement officers, one with a car and another one with a gun. And so they literally had a death wish. And so that's what they need to be talking about. They need to talk about bringing the country together, having some unity, and keeping our streets safe. They didn't mention the 3,400 illegal immigrants that were arrested in Minneapolis, or the poor families that have had their mothers and daughters brutally raped and murdered from illegal immigrants in this country.
Yeah, you know, a lot of critics, Antoine, have made the point that, you know, Billie Eilish lives in a big, beautiful home on what she calls stolen land. There were millions of dollars spent in security at the Grammys for all of these individuals last night to keep them safe. And let me just put up the faces of people who did not have that kind of security and whose names do not appear on any of the signs at these protests. Laken Riley, Jocelyn Nungaray, Ruby Garcia, Rachel Morin, Katie Abraham. All their families wonder, why isn't anyone protesting for them, Antoine?
Well, Jack, I think it's intellectually dishonest. In my community, we say it's a lie for you to say that a nurse with a cell phone and legally carrying a gun was somehow showed up to do anything other than peacefully petition or peacefully protest, which is guaranteed to us as U.S. citizens in this country. Same thing with Renee Good.
Don't
interrupt me because I let you talk. Brother. The moral crisis we have in this country is because we've seen two people executed on camera unnecessary. We've seen people being treated like second-class citizens in detention centers all across this country. We've also seen 12 people shot at the hands of ICE. Last time I checked, the Constitution guarantees us freedom of speech. It does not say that you have to be relegated to a certain place or time period to exercise freedom of speech.
It also doesn't say that you can
use their platform. We've seen, Martha, we've seen Republicans use their platform to express their disagreements with Democrats, and so it should not be treated any differently.
That's fine. You know what? I hear what you're saying. I hear your rage. I know you're upset about this. I wish that you had been this upset about Jocelyn Nungaray, whose body was found under a bridge after she was attacked and killed. These individuals showed up in order to put themselves, a vehicle and their body, in between law enforcement and the action that they were carrying out. It's a terrible tragedy that they lost their lives, but they did put themselves in a position that was dangerous.
What facts do you have to back that up?
Let me give Jack a chance to respond to you. Go ahead, Jack.
In my house, Antoine, I teach my kids, if you run up into a law enforcement officer or disrespect a law enforcement officer or go out and protest in front of law enforcement officers, you're going to get shot. That's what I tell my children. And I hope that you tell your children the same thing, because we got too many young people that are been just lied to, that they're victims in this country. You're not a victim in this country. If you want to come in this country and abide by the laws, come in here rightfully. Come in here through the law. You do not have a right to go and impede law enforcement officers in the United States of America or any other country. And so I don't want to pander to the left and make excuses for people. We are living in the greatest country on earth. There's a reason why everyone wants to come to the United States of America, because we have great education, we have a great system.
Okay, Jack, we get the point.
get rid of this democratic mentality, this leftist mentality, we can save this country. We have historical things happening going on around this country right now. Look at our economy. Look at the fact of our borders being secure. Look at people are able to get jobs now. You see more jobs now than you saw over the last 5 years. Why? Because we don't have illegal immigration. People can afford to buy houses again. Why? Because you don't have illegal immigrants pushing up the housing prices. We got to keep it real, man, and stop trying to pander to this leftist mentality.
Hold on, guys. Gentlemen.
They don't
I appreciate both of you.
Authority, law enforcement, and teachers.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.